There was one thing on everyone's mind at the 2023 Oscars, and the host for the evening, Jimmy Kimmel, handled it exactly how you'd expect. You remember the slap? Everyone does. So we probably don't need to explain it again, but we're gonna do that anyway. Last year, when Chris Rock made a comment about Jada Pinkett Smith's lack of hair while presenting an award, calling her G.I. Jane, Smith exploded, yelling, "Keep my wife's name out your mouth." He yelled this repeatedly after storming on stage and smacking Chris Rock. The moment immediately became one of the most infamous shots in Oscar history, and Smith, a newly minted winner for his work in King Richard, was banned from future ceremonies. In the weeks that followed, there was endless, exhausting, and constant debate about who was in the wrong, and it remains one of the weirdest and most unexpected moments in the history of the ceremony. One thing is for certain, though. It will remain a part of Smith's narrative for the rest of his career. Rock, for his part, recently addressed the slap in his first stand-up special since the encounter.
Y'all know what happened to me, getting smacked by Suge Smith.
Meanwhile, Smith has repeatedly apologized for the incident. But what about this year's Oscars? Everyone wondered how it would be addressed in the days leading up to the awards show. Fortunately, this massive elephant in the room got addressed quickly and swiftly, thanks to host Jimmy Kimmel. When Will Smith slapped Chris Rock across the face for insulting his wife, Jada Pinkett Smith, it was a smack heard round the world, so naturally audiences were doomed to hear jokes about it during this year's ceremony. Before noting how many Irish actors were nominated this year, which could lead to a fight breaking out on the stage, Kimmel got direct. Kimmel confirmed that there is a crisis team in place in case of any violence this year, and pointed out some of his enforcers in the audience, including Pedro Pascal and the fableman himself, Steven Spielberg. He also encouraged the audience to do what they did last year to help. Nothing. There's an incentive if you do slap someone apparently though, Kimmel said. If anyone in this theater commits an act of violence at any point during the show, he will be awarded the Oscar for Best Actor and permitted to give a 19-minute long speech. Kimmel was clearly referencing how Smith, post-slap, wept during an emotional acceptance speech for Best Actor. For various reasons, Will Smith, not surprisingly, was not in attendance at this year's Oscars. Kimmel's jokes didn't stop after his monologue, though. Before the award for Best Documentary was given out, which was when the slap famously happened last year, Kimmel said, "Hopefully this time it goes without a hitch. Or without a hitch. Please put your hands together or keep them to yourself." Questlove, who won the documentary feature Oscar last year for Summer of Soul, was on hand to present, which is a nice touch as his victory and first Oscar win was completely overshadowed by the fracas that followed. Around the 2-hour mark of the show, because the Oscars are, whether they feature any infamous slaps or not, famously long, Kimmel quipped, "This point in the show kinda makes you miss the slapping a little, right?" Is it a bit bold on Kimmel's part to say that the Oscars are so boring that somebody needs to smack somebody else in the face for them to be interesting? Yeah, probably. But if Kimmel doesn't keep referencing the biggest Oscars moments since the La La Land and Moonlight mix-up, people might change the channel and go check out the finale of The Last of Us instead.